It's been over a week since my Wii U has been stolen. I don't know if I can continue this. I'm considering giving up. So I guess the Switch will take the Wii U's place. This console is so much fun. I don't even know what I was thinking about last week. What is this? Of course, the Wii U. Why did I stop thinking about it? No, give me a second chance. This time I will save you, my Wii U. I am coming for you, PlayStation Lover 2000. The Wii U came out in the year 2012. A weird year to come out in, but it sure did. It was an interesting console to say the least. It had a unique concept, but it didn't seem like people were interested. But at the time, it was pretty cool and was the only console to do such a thing. Oh, being revealed at E3, there was only one type of Wii U. This is probably the reason why not many have been sold, as the Wii U only had 8 GB on it. In 2013, the Wii U you probably see everyone have came out. The Wii U Deluxe was hands down the better version. As for starters, it came with a copy of Nintendo Land. Who wouldn't want a free copy of this game? And 2, this Wii U had 4 times the memory, with it having 32 GB of space. It also was black. After that though, better games have started to come out, with Mario Kart 8 really boosting the system sales a bit. Okay, how am I gonna get to the Wii U? I mean, I only have the gamepad with me, but nothing else. Oh, I should go outside, that's probably gonna help. Okay, I guess I should go look for the Wii U now. Easy, right? And so it began, my journey to finding the Wii U. I looked everywhere I can, but sadly, I just didn't have the luck. So I just gave up. No luck out there. Now what am I gonna do? Let me talk. Check my pocket, but why? Okay, I'll check my pockets then. I don't know what you're saying, but I can promise you that there's nothing in my pocket. What the heck? Go to a school. Well, if that's the lead, then why didn't you tell me this? Why don't you tell me all this stuff? God. Okay, so I found the notebook and it even has the exact location we need to go to. Wii U, you have to tell me this stuff. Come on, let's go. Now it's time we speak about this thing, the Wii U's unique selling point, the gamepad. Every console comes with a controller, whether it's the Switch and its Joy-Con, the PlayStation and its DualShock controllers, etc. But this console comes with a second screen. This is a controller you get for the Wii U, and since the console is a hybrid console, the gamepad is the handheld part of the hybrid. The screen is a touchscreen. That gave games the creativity to use this aspect like Kirby and the Rainbow Curse or Mario Maker. Of course, it has controller aspects too, but for whatever reason, there was a TV button. This is like one of those things that you know that are there, but never take the time to acknowledge it. This makes your Wii U become a TV remote, which sounds cool if it weren't for the fact that it doesn't work for my TV. You can also turn on the Wii U with the gamepad. This controller is the only way to scan Amiibo to the console, as there's only an NFC scanner on the gamepad. Technology wasn't as advanced as it was now for them to apply an NFC scanner to the Pro controller. Overall, this excuse of a controller is surprisingly better than it looks. I'll tell you one thing, this thing has such a comfortable grip to it, not even the Pro controller can achieve this. How? It would only make sense to cover the Pro controller now. This controller is kind of good, but at the same time, I'm not really feeling the Pro part of it. It doesn't feel as comfortable as holding the gamepad. It's really bulky, which doesn't really add points to it. I don't have the normal Pro controller, but this is basically the same thing. It gives off the same feel, it works the same, and the layout is the same. I get why they decided to put the joysticks horizontally parallel to each other, as it mimics the gamepad. But in this case, it really doesn't feel right, so it would only be 10 times better to use a gamepad. Or you could also use a Wiimote, but do you really want to do that to yourself? The only reason you would use a Wiimote is to play Wii games, as that really is the only way you can play them. Alright, Wii U. Well, you see, there's one problem. I don't know how to get to the school. So, do you have any idea how? Alright, but I'll assure you, there's nothing that... I promise you, I've lived my whole life not noticing that. And all of a sudden it just appears there, a UI right there. Am I going crazy or something? Well, you know, I'm actually just gonna test it and see if it works. Alright, I managed to use almost all the magic. It was fun, but... okay, well, I guess I only have one left, and you told me to use Zoom, right? And it looks like I have enough for that, so let's use it. Alright then, here goes nothing. Let's get one thing clear. Over time, video game consoles had the concept of a home for a while. It would always improve from generation to generation, and it would look more polished. But oh, Nintendo fell behind this trend. They used the same style for their home for not just one, but 3 different consoles. The Wii, 3DS, and the Wii U had a similar style of UI, which makes it a bummer seeing there isn't much progress after 6 full years. You've got apps like the Mii Maker, stats to see how much you've played a game for, settings, a Wii icon, etc. Most of these apps are straightforward, but you see this Wii icon here? This allows you to have a Wii emulated in the system, meaning not only is this the Wii U, but it can also act as a Wii. If you want to transfer your memory from the Wii, you have to use a memory card for that. But a whole other console within a console? That's crazy. Other apps in the home include the web browser, Miiverse, your friends list, and the eShop. You can add folders to organize the game and apps you have. The Wii U's home feels pretty lackluster, and it would have been nice to at least modernize it a bit. The PlayStation 3 to 4 had almost the same amount of time between the Wii U and Wii, and the PS4's UI looks 10 times cleaner. It really makes no sense to why Nintendo hasn't improved it. Oh, I think this is the right place. I mean, this is a school after all. Oh, a student! He looks smart too. Hey you! Yeah, you over there. Hey, do you know how to get to this place right here?
No, but I do know a place where I can take you anywhere you want to go.
For real?
For real.
You take me there now.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, so why'd you take me?
Because to go anywhere you want to, you have to stand facing this wall.
Okay, but I don't see how that's gonna help.
Don't worry, it'll happen.
Take your word. But I'm a complete idiot. Of course this won't work. Well, I just got it here.
Have a nice trip.
Word. The Wii U has a store called the Nintendo eShop, which first appeared on the 3DS. This is the next step for Nintendo's digital shops, as previously, consoles would only use shops specific to their console. For example, the Wii had the Wii Shop, and the DSi had the DSi Shop. But from the 3DS onwards, Nintendo started using the eShop as their primary digital store. This shop allows you to buy games digitally. For the Wii U, games you can buy include games you can already buy in the console and games that came in Nintendo's previous consoles. These games fall under the category of virtual console games. They are digitally owned games from the following consoles: the NES, the SNES, the Nintendo 64, the Game Boy Advance, and the Nintendo DS. It really is cool to have games from the last consoles like this.
and it allows people who never experienced games from those eras get a chance to experience them now. Something interesting here is the fact that you can buy Wii games. The only downsides from the Virtual Console is not every game is available from those consoles, and for some reason the games just look a little darker than the original. The games still play the same way as you would in the original console, but since you aren't playing in its intended controller, Nintendo did their best to make the game feel the same way, as if you were using its intended controller. You can change the controls however you want, like making the A button binded to the B button. Why would you want to do that? Virtual Console isn't a new idea for Nintendo, as it first appeared in the Wii. The Wii's Virtual Console was a bit better, having better games available like Smash 64 and such. But for what the Wii U's Virtual Console is, it's better than nothing. These are two factors I would say the Wii U does better than the Switch: having a nicer, more organized eShop and the inclusion of the Virtual Console. I would prefer to buy one game that I really want to play over paying a subscriptions to be able to play games that I am interested in, but it's not guaranteed there will be games I would die for. Sadly, if you want to play games like Earthbound and Mother 1, two games Nintendo Switch Online does not include for some reason, then you would have to plug in your Wii U, play as much as you want, then unplug it and wait until the next time you feel like doing that.
So, you finally found me.
Of course I did. It was my plan all along.
Well, you got here. What are you gonna do now?
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to take back my Wii U.
What? You thought I was gonna give it back to you? I wouldn't do so without a fight.
I thought so.
Wait, you know how to fight, right?
Of course I do. Look who you're talking to. A person who played Smash 4.
Now, I don't know where the idea of the Wii U had no games came from, but I can tell you, there are indeed games in this console. Not as many as people wanted, which is a shame, so I could understand why people would be mad about this console. But can you truly not be thankful for titles like Mario 3D World, Smash 4, Mario Kart 8, Splatoon, Mario Maker, Yoshi's Woolly World existing? Almost every major game that came out in this console was a blast to play. The excitement that Splatoon brought to Nintendo fans when they heard a new IP was being made, it would be so cool to see things like that happen again. Not every game that came out for this system was good though, looking at you Star Fox Zero, but other games weren't terrible. Take Paper Mario Color Splash for example. The game was a sequel to Sticker Star. Paper Mario fans hated Sticker Star, but they would agree that Color Splash was a better game, but it will never be as good as older Paper Mario games. The Wii U definitely improved many game titles for the better. Nintendo Land was probably many people's first game on the system, as it was bundled with the Wii U Deluxe for free. It's a fun minigame collection that shows off the Wii U's features and what to expect from other titles. It won't be as great as Wii Sports, but we can both agree that this game will be miles better than 1-2 Switch. There were third-party games that were advertised mainly for the Wii U. Bayonetta 2 came out as a Wii U exclusive before getting ported for the Nintendo Switch. But to get a game series that went from many consoles to just the Wii U is pretty interesting. Rayman Legends first got announced as a Wii U title, before getting shown as other consoles having it too. I remember being so disappointed when I saw it wasn't available for the PS3, but at this point, I find it amazing how a game like that was shown as a Wii U game. One thing you will definitely notice when you play this console is the resolution is upscaled. This is Nintendo's first console that supported HD, making games look so much cleaner. Play Mario Kart Wii, then come back to the Wii U and play Mario Kart 8. There's a huge difference. You wouldn't have seen such amazing graphics in games for this console at the start, but later on, games really look so good. Mario Kart 8 is my favorite example of this, as if it were to come any earlier, I don't think it would have achieved its same graphics quality. Even a game like Star Fox Zero looks pretty nice, but it still was a bad game. Obviously, this console was way weaker than the other consoles. But you gotta think for a moment. Do you really buy third-party games on the Wii U if they were available for other consoles? Who wouldn't want to play Black Ops 2 on the Wii U over the PS3? But the final major game that came out for the system was Breath of the Wild, a game that was supposed to be a Wii U game at first, but got delayed multiple times. I personally feel that if Breath of the Wild came out at 2015, it would have boosted the Wii U's sales. It runs so much better on the Switch, which makes it a tragedy.
Enough chat. Let's fight.
Why are you doing this?
Isn't it obvious? You made fun of PlayStation in one of your videos.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Am I right, Sony?
I forgot all about that. Listen, I'm sorry. Let's just look over this little problem and I'll just grab my Wii U and...
Shut up. I won't be satisfied unless one of you go. And I choose you. I only use your Wii U to lure you here. Now say goodnight.
Through with you!
Hey man, I'm sorry. Can we just pretend this never happened?
People like you make me sick.
I can't believe it ended this way. To think the Wii U would take its own life for the sake of saving me. That's amazing. This console wasn't so bad, and I only wish I could have been nicer towards it. This will always be my first Nintendo home console, and I will never regret that. Before I went on this crazy adventure, a future version of me told me this was only the start, and there are so many adventures awaiting. That only means, from here on out, I will be expecting a new world awaiting.